Discussions with Didi Parker. Am I lagging? You're gonna have to let me know if I'm lagging. I had some makeup on today because I had an interview with Terrell Carter. Big up to him for coming through to the station and doing an interview with me from Beauty and Black. Medea's Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I think that's what that was. Don't quote me, I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you, Terrell Carter. I appreciate you. If you are in the ATL area, tomorrow night he will be at City Winery. So, good little date night. I'm just saying. Alright, so we're going to get started, but I am not live on Twitch. We are active on IG and YouTube. Of course, you know what the playback. Much love for everybody that has liked, subscribed, and followed to the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please go ahead and do so. But we're going to get into it. So this woman is going viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for Black women is motherhood. Yeah, I know one of my good counterparts is going to like this topic today because this is what he feels anyway. But, yeah, that is what the topic is today. Hey, Jess, ATL Dreams, how are you? This is my chat. It's called Discussions with Didi Parker. We talk about a slew of things, an array of things. Whatever is going on in the media is what we're talking about. Today I'm talking about this viral woman. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jess. And I was just telling, I don't know if you're a fan of Beauty and Black, Netflix, Tyler Perry. I did an interview with Terrell Carter today. Beautiful soul, by the way. Did a whole challenge with me. Love him to Reese's Pieces. So, and I just posted a clip of that. So, yeah. But this is my podcast. I do this. It goes up on Twitch. It goes up on YouTube. And we do IG Live. Of course, there are more people that come on here, Jess. You're just early to the party. But today's topic today is we're talking about a woman who had went viral. Thank you. I appreciate you. We're talking today, Jess, about a woman who has gone viral for making some comments saying that the number one cause of poverty for Black women is motherhood. There is a video for this. We will get into the video in a second. I just need to get active on Twitch. And I have fog brain, Jess. So me trying to do two things at once sometimes is a lot easier said than done when you're 44. 44 fog is real. So, but that's what we're chatting about today. Actually, let's get into it. I'll just have to get active on Twitch when I get a second. All right, take a listen to what this woman has to say.
So poverty in Black households is having kids. And that really should not come as a surprise. And y'all know that I've been on this app saying only have the number of kids that you, as a woman, can afford to bring into this world. Because the quickest way for you to be poor is to have a baby, right? Even with two households, a two-parent household, the quickest way for a two-parent Black household to go into poverty, have babies. The number one cause of poverty in Black households, generally speaking, one, I've said before, people will help you with. Two, we are going to side-eye you. Three, as a single parent, we're looking at you like you should have learned on the first one. Right? So as a woman, you have to be mindful that the number one way to be poor is to have a baby. And then to have a baby by a man that can't afford to send you child support, double whammy. Generally speaking, one, I've said before, people will help you with. Two, we are going to side-eye you.
Okay, so we heard the complete video. Does this woman have a point? Does she have a point? Is she speaking facts or is she gapping back now? Is she speaking facts? I mean, I don't have any children. Children are expensive. And then the way my life is set up, there's no way I could have a kid. No way. I'm still selfish. At least I know that about my life. And I would never be selfish enough to bring another human being in this world knowing that I'm still selfish. So, being a parent and being a mama, whew, I commend you mamas. Especially you single mamas that don't got no support. Nobody helping you and backing you. Salute. Double salute. I mean, that role, it ain't easy. It ain't easy when it's a two-parent household. My parents, both entrepreneurs, both had, hey mama, their own jobs. But money went towards bills. And then sometimes there was things for extra, but the bills got paid first and foremost before anything else. So, I mean, that's what I learned in my household. Hey, Mama, we're talking about this woman. She has gone viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for Black women is motherhood. And then I'll play the video again. But I was just, explaining that that's why I don't have any kids. And I don't know if you've seen these reports lately on what they say it costs to raise a kid nowadays. Stop the madness. It costs one kid costs a lot of money. One kid costs a lot of money. So if you throw 2, 3, 4, 5, I feel for y'all that carry that load. I don't even want to know what that food bill hitting on. Do not want to know. I know you. The way food is set up right now, I know you gotta be if you ain't getting SNAP or no stamps, food is costing you an arm and a leg along with gas, because gas just went back up. So Mama, it's probably just you on here. I'm trying to get on Twitch because I was late to the party. I was trying to get that video uploaded. And I got it uploaded, y'all. And it doesn't look bad, so I'm not mad about it. But give me a second because I'm trying to get on here. But yeah, I don't know, Mama. What are your thoughts? Before you even hear the video, what are your thoughts on this woman talking about the number one cause of poverty for a Black mother is motherhood? Is basically what she said. You know what? And then I'm just going to go live because I can't get on to Twitch. And I'll just change the title later. Okay, and then that's what we'll do. Because me trying to sit here and keep typing in, that is not probably going to happen. So, and then I'm going to play this video for if we have any new folks. I know I was a little late to the party. But it's okay. She right, Mama? Hey, Auntie. You're just on time, Auntie. I'm going to tell you what we're talking about in 2.5 seconds. I'm just trying to get onto Twitch because I'm moving a little bit slow. I had interviewed, I don't know if you watch Beauty and Black, Auntie, but I interviewed Varney from Beauty and Black, the lawyer. He's so much fun. But yes, big shout out to Varney. I'm forever a fan of him. He is so cool. He did a whole challenge with me and everything. So, okay. Back to discussions with Dee Dee Barker. All right, we are chatting today about, because now Twitch is about to be active. A woman goes viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for Black women is motherhood. Take a listen to what she has to say.
3, as a single parent, we're looking at you like you should have goals is having kids. And that really should not come as a surprise. And y'all know that I've been on this app saying only have the number of kids that you, as a woman, can afford to bring into this world. Because the quickest way for you to be poor is to have a baby, right? Even with two households, a two-parent household, the quickest way for a two-parent Black household to go into poverty, have babies. The number one cause of poverty.
Okay, so that was the first part of the video. New folks, right? Welcome to the chat. Hold on.
Woman,
I'm playing the video.
You have to be mindful that the number one way to be poor is to have a baby. And then to have a baby by a man that can't afford to send you child support, double whammy. Generally speaking, one I've said before, people will help you with. 2, we are going to side-eye you. 3, as a single parent, we're looking at you like you should have learned on the first one, right? So as a woman,
don't she?
You have to be mindful that the number one way to be poor is to have a baby.
All right. So we heard the video. We heard it. Okay. So new folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Woman is going viral or already went viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for black women is motherhood. Does she have a point? Mama said, you said she's right. Yes, Varney is, love him. Mama said, not sure it's the number one problem though. She said the number one cause of poverty for black women is motherhood. I mean, I can't confirm nor deny because Dee Dee don't got no kids. And the reason why I don't have no kids is I know they cost a lot of money. And number 2 reason why I don't have no kids is I still am selfish. At 44, yes, I know these things about me. So how selfish would I be to bring a child in this world knowing that I still am selfish? So I ain't doing it. Mama said people with no babies be poor. She ain't lying. Oh my God. Can somebody please pass the collection plate? You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. Very good point. So you are not in agreement then with what she's talking about, Mama. You don't feel like that's the number one cause for poverty for black women. It might be the black man. Let me not say that out loud. Let me not say that out loud. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know. These topics here, I just be like, okay. You know, again, we know that raising a child is expensive. I already said that's why probably the number one reason why I don't have no kids. Because if you have seen these reports that have come out lately, and you might not pay attention because your babies is all grown and out the house. But I seen these reports, and they talk about the medium of hey Joey Cakes, you know me, what it costs to raise a child in 2026. No, thank you. I don't want that. It costs about you got to be making well over the 6 figures. And to Mama's point, even these folks out here making 6 figures right now feel like they living paycheck to paycheck. I saw that too. So, hey Joey, we are chatting today about this woman. She has gone viral. She has gone viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for black women is motherhood. And then I'll play this video back in a second. But I'm just saying, like I said, kids are expensive, you know. And if people making 6 figures is out here feeling bringing a kid into this world would not be the wise thing to do right now. But who is me? I mind my business. Here we go.
And that really should not come as a surprise. And y'all know that I've been on this app saying only have the number of kids that you, as a woman, can afford to bring into this world. Because the quickest way for you to be poor is to have a baby, right? Even with 2 households, a 2-parent household, the quickest way for a 2-parent black household to go into poverty, have babies. The number one cause of poverty in black...
Before I finish this video, I'm going to ask my mama a question because, Mama, you had 3 of us and we were in a 2-parent household for the most part. When, did you feel like when you were raising us, like money was I don't want to say an issue, like there was never enough money? I guess that's my question. Did you feel like there was never enough money coming in because you got all these mouths to feed? You know, it was 5 of us. So, and then I'm going to play the rest of the video. Mama said low income is the reason. Lack of education, no good job opportunities is the reason. Auntie says struggles is real. I don't think I would ever want to bring children into this crazy, mean ever. Yeah, I don't think I this. And then look who's it. You know what I'm saying? Look who. I would be petrified for my child, not knowing. Joey Cake said kids' expenses are ridiculous right now. Full-time childcare is virtually unaffordable. But yesterday prices, what Fat Joe said, yesterday prices ain't today's prices. Like, groceries are ridiculous, Joey. Have you been to the grocery store with your wife? The prices are through the roof. I know I was telling the chat, if you ever been on here, I was complaining that I went to, there's a Food Depot down the street from my house. And I went to go, hey, Superpad 28, I went to go get some turkey wings. Normally get these turkey wings, and mind you, they only give you 4.5 damn turkey wings in the pack, and the price don't add up for what is in the pack. So the pack of turkey wings came out to $16 damn. I said, oh my gosh, when the turkey wings go up, so everything, and gas is what, over $4 a gallon now in some places. So it's wicked out here. Stay safe, my friends. It is wicked. New folks, welcome to Discussions with Didi Parker. We're chatting today about a woman goes viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for black women is motherhood. And then I'm going to play the rest of her clip. Here we go.
Black households is having kids. And that really should not come as a surprise. And y'all know that I've been on this app saying only have the number of kids that you, as a woman, can afford to bring into this world. Because the quickest way for you to be poor is to have a baby, right? Even with two households, a two-parent household, the quickest way for a two-parent black household to go into poverty, have babies. The number one cause, generally speaking, one, I've said before, people will help you with. 2, we are going to side-eye you. 3, as a single parent, we're looking at you like you should have learned on the first one, right? So as a woman, you have to be mindful that the number one way to be poor is to have a baby. And then to have a baby by a man that can't afford to send you child support, double whammy.
Oh, she said the number one reason to be poor. Joey Cake said, please, I just spent $80 on groceries that fit into a basket and not even... Joey, I believe you. You probably got about 10 items for $80. It don't cost much. These prices are ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I can't even imagine somebody that got... Even if they're in a 2-parent household, there are 2 people in the household working, and they got 3 or maybe 4 kids. Do you understand what that bill probably... That... Ridiculous. My brother, he has... It's him, his wife, and then it's his 3 babies. And I think he spends... Hey, Doug Potts. I think he spends... Mama, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he spends $350 a week or something like that in groceries. So, it's crazy. Like Auntie said, it's wicked work out here. Joey Cake said gas, clothing, insurance, food, and God forbid, school tuition. Or if you got to do childcare, that's another added expense. Superpad said facts. Nursery is $200, $300. Oh, nursery school? Is that nursery school? Facts. Nursery is $200, $300 a week. Y'all get your child support. So you pay for the nursery school and you pay child support, or is that included in the child support? Just asking for, yeah. Superpad says space your kids out. Make the older kids watch the younger ones. That's what they used to do back in the day. My mama, sisters used to have to watch her. They didn't want to. Mama said they had to watch her. Mama said if black folks wait to have kids until they can afford them, they would never have any. I mean, look at me. I think, yeah, that ship has sailed, and It's gone. So yeah, no. Okay, so he spends. Is that a week? $300 to $400 a week. That's crazy work. That's for a family of 5. Is that a week? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And you got a point, Mama. I think if black folks did probably wait, they probably wouldn't end up having maybe children in the long run. But then maybe some would. Because see, you have some, like Janet Jackson, she waited to have a kid. She waited to what? She was damn near her 60s. Who else was a late bloomer? Who just had did not just have a baby. It was Janet. Who else was the other one that had a baby? Oh, and Eve. Eve had a baby. So, Super Pat said, need to open a daycare, big money. Absolutely. You can make some money in daycare. But you got to pay for the folks to watch your children. You should. That's one thing I never understood. Because, what up, Rashad? My mom owns a daycare center. And I never understood. You want somebody to watch our kids, not y'all on here. Y'all be wanting, but not y'all. Understand me where I'm going with it. Y'all be wanting, and then get mad if something happens to them. You get what you paid for. You can't be mad. You paid for that trash at daycare service. So that's all I'm saying. What up, Rashad? You at Walmart, Wally World?
Say it again. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately,
Oh, are you doing back to school shopping?
no, no. We're heading on vacation tomorrow, and so I'm just trying to see if I can pick up some quick shorts and a shirt to throw on real quick.
Okay, then, sir.
But it don't
Um, you
don't
want?
look like it.
Oh,
Huh?
ain't nothing cracking up in Wally World.
No, they ain't nothing but school clothes, uniforms.
Oh yeah, it's about that time. These kids about to go back in another week or two. So
Yeah, yep, yep,
um
yep.
we're chatting today about a woman. She has gone viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for black women is motherhood.
So
Here we
poverty
go.
in black households is having kids. And that really should not come as a surprise. And y'all know that I've been on this app saying only have the number of kids that you, as a woman, can afford to bring into this world. Because the quickest way for you to be poor is to have a baby, right? Even with two households, a two-parent household, the quickest way for a two-parent black household to go into poverty, have babies. The number one.
Hold on, there's one more part.
One, I've said before, people will help you with. 2, we are going to side-eye you. 3, as a single parent, we're looking at you like you should have learned on the first one, right? So as a woman, you have to be mindful that the number one way to be poor is to have a baby. And then to have a baby by a man that can't afford to send you child support, double whammy.
All right, Rashad, after hearing what she said, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's all about context, but the message that she's portraying is that children are the biggest expense that you're going to face, which is true. And so if you are not financially stable when you have a child, it's just going to reduce the opportunity for you to find a way to become financially stable, because when it comes to children, it's not just finances, but it's time,
Mm-hmm.
and it prevents you from doing certain things that you may need to do to go and make money. And so the message that she's making is accurate. And the problem is that women don't think about it, because when it comes to men, unfortunately, you get a man out there with no good intentions, he'll just leave, but he can still go work. He can still go do everything that he wants to do. But unfortunately, the women can't go and do that.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I've never just understood, and, women, they'll say, yeah, but it's his fault. I mean, I get it, but he's not the one that's paying for the consequences on you. And he cares Put it this way. I don't understand why women care more about sex than they do their well-being.
What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. A woman will lay down several times and have the consequence of having children and continue to lay down with the same response over and over again. I know why men do it. Men do it because they can get up and leave. So men don't satisfy their well-being for kids. If a man doesn't want to be around a kid, he leaves.
Yeah.
A woman can't do that. So once again, I never understood why women sacrifice their well-being for sex.
Meaning they should be covering it up. Or
Yeah,
taking some sort of
or
form of birth control.
or not doing it.
Okay. Waiting till marriage.
We never talk about abstinence. Abstinence in our community is everybody look at you sideways. It's just like, okay, I get it, but there are huge consequences that come with this. And to her point, a lot of us put ourselves in a cycle of poverty because we make bad decisions when it comes to putting sex over our well-being.
Yeah. Did you see the Barbie doll that can get pregnant?
I just saw that. That was ridiculous.
I was like, what is this teaching our kids?
I mean, little girls as it is, they're already wanting to be moms without the understanding of what it takes. And it's like our society, we just keep putting trash out to our kids. And, then we complain when the results come in and backfire on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's going a little bit too far.
That's definitely going too far.
I'm like, it's a Barbie. I guess it gets pregnant. They said it has the
Have you seen it?
I seen a picture of it. Yeah.
No, I saw. I don't know what I was looking at. I saw a video of it.
Oh no, I didn't see the video.
And yeah, I mean, you pop the stomach off, and you take this little, you take the baby out. It's inside the umbilical fluid, and then you squeeze it out of the fluid. Yeah, it's terrible.
Well,
Absolutely terrible.
and well, I ain't even gonna say maybe it will discourage little girls because that just grossed me the hell out. It discouraged me.
Nah, that's awful.
Super Pat said, and he got 10 kids. That child support check gonna be $20 a month. Shoot, sometimes even if he ain't got 10 kids, that child support check gonna be low.
Yeah.
Or picking better men, she said.
Yeah, but I mean, that's always the answer. But we've talked about it. What is it about women that continues to put them in a situation where they're choosing men that don't have their best interest at heart?
Did you see Taraji P?
No.
Taraji said, baby, you could have. She said she regrets turning down the nerds and some other groups.
100%.
She said because, baby, you could find her in the trap house. That's where she
Yeah. But see, there is this desire for danger and I'm trying to figure out what the word is, but most women, not all, but most women are drawn to that, to that type of lifestyle. And it's just like, why? That's the question. I literally don't understand what it is about women that really makes it, well, okay, I know what it is. It's the element of irresponsibility because, when you're young, you don't care about rules and your parents are telling you all this stuff. You want to drink, you want to smoke, you want to do all of this stuff because it gets you away from reality.
Yeah.
And it's just like that there are consequences that come with that type of stuff. And at that particular moment, women don't care because y'all think you're going to be fine forever, and then, you get a kid popped in and you gain 60 pounds and then now you depressed because you can't get your body back to the way that it was. And now you start hating your baby because now you got a little girl and you start putting all of your insecurities out on her and all this other stuff. Or God forbid you have a boy that looks like the baby daddy, And so let's just, I mean, I try to continue to make sure that, Hefe don't go too far, but a lot of what he says is accurate. A lot of
Yeah.
what he says is accurate. Y'all hold the key, but y'all don't want the responsibility. And so y'all would rather ruin your lives just to say it wasn't supposed to be my fault to protect me in the first place. It's supposed to be a man's job. That's
Mm.
ridiculous.
So you're saying that women need to shoulder some of the accountability when it comes to that.
Here's the deal. Women hold the consequences. You hold the consequences. How can you blame someone else for something that you willingly allowed?
But I think in women's defense, they feel like, okay, well, the man, like you said, can just get up and just leave and just walk away. They don't. Where is the accountability where it comes to absentee fathers who are not there, who are not
So,
present and
so
present?
here's the insane part. You would think that message would prevent women from laying down with men. But no, they understand that there's no accountability on men, and yet they still take all of the responsibility. You can't say my life is fucked up and you did it. No, you can't blame anybody else for your situation. You can't do it. Y'all try, but
Okay, can we say it's equal? They
but here's the deal.
equally share
But
the
here's the deal.
responsibility.
Here's the deal. Saying that it's equal doesn't change your situation. So what does saying that it's equal do? What does that do? It does absolutely nothing.
Because it seems like in FA, when he's on here, it seems like most of the blame is placed on the woman. It's the woman's fault. Woman's fault. It's the
But here's the deal. At the end of the day, the reason why he does that is because you have the key to your own problems. You have the solution. Y'all just refuse to do what needs to be done because you want to continue to wild out. You want to continue to have fun. You want to continue to not let nobody tell you what to do. All of that stuff is what comes when you're making the bad decisions, but then it's the regret that comes on the other end. So now you're just pointing fingers and blaming everybody. Why weren't you thinking about that when you were letting dudes buy you drinks at the bar and then going home with them? That's the thing. It's a conquest. Men do that because it's in our nature to, the same way that y'all, you know, like taking care of the kids and, making home a home and all of that other stuff. We have our roles. Unfortunately, the man's, his chemical makeup has him in a position to where, yes, he is fed by that, but y'all know it. So the thing about it is, you can say, hey, let's make it equal. Fine. Yes, it's equal. How does that change anything? Why do older women not, why are older and younger women still fighting each other? Why is it that younger women cannot listen to older women?
right. That's a good question. Why is it?
And so my thing is, we got to get past blaming the man. We got to get past that.
No, but good question. Why is it that
Yeah,
that's a very?
100%.
I would love to know that. Hey, FA. Hey, Marshall. New folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Parker. We're chatting about, well, we're chatting about a number of different things, but we were chatting about a woman's gone viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for Black women is motherhood. Hey, Paul. Auntie said that you want a man with a little thug in him. And Auntie said the kicker for me with all the birth control condoms, people are irresponsible. So,
So yeah,
um,
I mean, the biggest issue, bottom line, I
but
don't
you're
care
right.
who.
There is no unity when it comes, and this is a real conflict. There is no unity when it comes to females. Not like when it comes to you got men. Y'all stand 10 toes down.
Yeah.
Y'all will lie for another man without a hesitation.
Oh,
Women
but
don't. Women don't do that type of stuff.
yeah, they do. But I get your point.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all lie for each other all the time. However, but here's the deal. Here's the real question. Here's the real question, right? Why do women allow sex to run their lives? That's the
And,
question.
and you keep saying that because why? They're not protecting themselves or they're not waiting to have sex with these men?
They're not being smart.
They're not being smart. How? By picking the wrong men?
All of it.
Okay.
They pick the wrong men. They don't have protection. They continue to fall into that same spiral, and they continue to ruin their lives. And so then it gets to a point where they're just like, well, my life is already ruined. I'm just going to go try to see if I can get whatever I can get. Y'all could be going downhill. And the only solution, think about this. Think about this. Why do you think these women who let a man move in and then molest their daughters, why do you think they are in that situation in the first place? Because they don't care about the kid. They're still trying to get sex.
Mm.
And if I'm wrong, somebody please tell me, but I'm not.
And then the crazy part about that situation too is the child will go to the mother and say what is happening, and the mother won't believe them.
Because
That
she's not going to sacrifice her sex. She's not going to sacrifice her sex. My question was, why do women allow sex to ruin their lives? What is that important about it? That's all they can think about.
I don't know.
Now, you can ask the same thing about men. I get it. I completely understand. But the consequences are different. So men do it because we don't put our lives on the line for sex. We can
You
go
know?
have sex. No, we can go have sex with 20 different women and then move across town and start a whole brand new life. And nobody knows.
That's funny because I could have swore Usher allegedly gave some women herpes.
Well, once again,
Allegedly.
I'm not saying there are not consequences, but let's be honest. So Usher did all of that, right? Is he still on top of the charts?
He really is though. I was like, wait,
Is he wait,
obviously y'all forgot about that.
yeah. Is he still doing concerts with Breezy?
It took him a little minute to come back though.
But guess what? He didn't sacrifice his life for none of that. So that is the message that I'm trying to
I
give.
think he sacrificed his body because he could end up dying if all these allegations if
Well,
he
yeah, right. There's a potential risk of that, right? Everybody that has unprotected sex, they have that particular risk. What I am saying is you are overlooking, but well, we're overlooking that, but women are overlooking their livelihood. They're overlooking their well-being. They know they ain't got no money. They know they ain't got no support. None of this. And they'll still go let a knucklehead nigga go nut up in them and then have a kid and then get sad when he's not answering the phone calls anymore. Like I said, men don't go through that. Men ain't finna sacrifice our life for no chick. We're not. So that's
oh
the question. Why do women allow themselves to go into ruin over sex? And this
uh,
is not a, well, what about men? It's because it's not the same. Because we don't put y'all over our lives. We don't let y'all have control over our life. But women let every dude that they have sex with that decides to nut inside of them, you are putting that man over your life. And the question is just why?
because they want a good man, sir.
But you didn't get a good man the first time. You didn't get a good man the second time. You didn't get a good man the third time. Or the fourth time. Or the fifth time.
So they
So
supposed to stop. So they supposed to stop trying.
when do you stop? Because you got to realize that you don't have the right equation. You don't have the right equation.
You're not supposed to be going ladies after a man anyway. A man is supposed to be coming after you.
One hundred
Um,
percent.
Superpad said no sexual discipline and not having their roses charged up. You know what, Superpad, go to the corner. Go to the corner. New folks, welcome to Discussions with Didi Parker. We're chatting about a woman goes viral for saying the number one cause for poverty for Black women is motherhood. And then Rashad posed the question on why do women what is the question, Rashad?
Why do women allow sex to ruin their lives? Why do women desire sex over anything else? You put sex over. Okay. The original question was, why do you put sex over your well-being?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question. Because yeah. I mean, I, yeah. Been in situations, yeah, where yeah. Superpad said women are emotional beings, as FA would say. FA was on here. He's quiet today, y'all. Um, but yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I don't know why they do it. I can't explain why we do it. At the time, I guess we'd be demonetized at the time.
And then, I mean, you know, when Hefe gets upset because
Okay.
he's talking about the character of women,
Here.
what he brings up is the fact that most, not all, but most women, when you're the most attractive, your mindset is arrogance. Y'all get mean, you know, to the good dudes, to the little nerds that be coming up. Y'all be nasty to them. Y'all laugh at them, call them goofies, all this other stuff, and everything is it's only you're only giving the attention to those men out there that are really only looking to conquer you for the conquest.
Yeah.
And you're saying that's how they end up in the situations that they
100%. It's
that
like when you're let's. I talked about it a long time ago, right? Let's talk about the life cycle of women after they turn 16. After they turn 16, they're getting titties, they're getting ass, and so their attitude, you know, is turning nasty because they're getting attention, and it's
yeah.
all the wrong attention. It's all the wrong attention, but they crave it, and so they ingest all of that, and it inflates their ego. Then when their ego gets inflated, they get arrogant. And so then they get arrogant, they start getting loose, they start making mistakes, and then all of a sudden, you got a kid here, then you got a kid there, and then all of a sudden they realize, you know, around their 30s that
I
they
just
were
don't
doing
want
it
that.
all the wrong way. And now they done found Jesus, and now they want everybody to treat them like queens, and it's just like, to Hefe's point, you have lost the majority of your value. And so for you to start requesting all of these things when you are not able to offer the best part of you anymore,
There we go. There
it
we
just
go.
it don't work.
We
And
go.
so women feel, you know, y'all deserve that D word. I deserve
Fame.
this and I deserve that. And nobody, you know, nobody owes you anything in this life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the truth. And so,
Superbad said
and,
they still think they deserve a high value man.
and
Not
we've
getting
already
one.
talked about that.
Not getting one. Well, I'm glad you used the word. You can't hear me.
No, no, no. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
I'm glad you used the word. First of all, I missed the topic. I don't know. I just kind of came in on the back end just now, but I'm just glad whatever you're talking about. I agree with because the things you're saying is what I align with, and I'm glad you used the word arrogance because it's rooted in arrogance. It really is, and a lack of accountability. And I know it sucks that you went your whole life making certain bad decisions, and now you're paying for it, and now it's too late to change it. You know what I mean? But that's where accountability steps in. That's when you just say, yeah, you know what? I kind of made my bed. I kind of made this bed. I got to kind of lay in it. And what you should do is do what niggas do when they go to jail and got 30 years. Talk to the youth. Hey, don't do what I did. Don't go, listen, young girls, don't have kids with three or four or two different guys. Don't be out here giving yourself, selling yourself thin. You know what I mean? Yelling and fighting and screaming and all this acting crazy. Don't listen to these bitter women that tell you you can sleep with as many people as you want, and if anybody can't handle that, then that's their problem and not yours. I promise you, baby, you're gonna have a very low success rate. Don't listen to these people. They don't have your best interest in mind. Okay, because
Uh,
that's not how the world works.
Before you got on here, that goes back
Yeah.
to Rod's point though, because even if speaking me, I'm 44. I
Yeah.
try to talk to somebody who is in their 20s. They're gonna
Right.
be looking at me like this old hating ass lady. Like if she don't get out my face, what are you trying to tell me? You're not trying to tell me nothing.
I
It,
know, and that's the. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
See,
go ahead.
that's the destructive nature of women, and this is what's caused when women are actually the leaders, meaning like they're the voice that. No, I'm saying the leaders of the home. This is why you're not intended, because now you create a structure where even young girls won't listen to nobody. See, they have no regard. They have no correction. This is why even 40-year-old women can't counsel 20-year-old women and tell them what to do. Ask Rashad this. Can a 40-year-old man counsel a 20-year-old boy, young man?
That
Absolutely. Now,
that's
whether
all the
he
time.
does it or not is another thing. But what they won't do in most cases, in majority of cases, is look at that 40-year-old man like a threat. He's looking at that man like an OG a lot of times, or like a nigga, an elder, or his young ignorance may make him believe that he don't know what he's talking about, but he'll at least give him the due respect a lot of times. And you know what the difference is too? Older guys don't lie. I mean, those younger guys who had the opportunity to even have older guys give them game, if they still make mistakes, they fucking stand on their mistakes when they get older. They say, yeah, I fucked up. I had people telling me not to do this and not do it, and I still did it. They don't then try to flip it older and say, no, yeah, I was a hoe. I did all this, but my past don't matter. See, the men don't like try to still make excuses for their decisions. They just own up to the shit. Hey, man, I'm a felon now. It is what it is. Yeah, it's unfair. Yeah, I was young. Yeah, I made a mistake, but I don't change the fact that I'm a felon. And I'm just saying that accountability is there. That'd be the biggest difference. I notice women that make these mistakes. Maybe they had unfair advantages in life, or they didn't have guidance, all of that. I get that. The difference is you still 40 though. And now that you're 40, you could have been a victim to your circumstances to a certain degree, but regardless, you still got to own up to your decisions. Regardless, you still got to say, "Yeah, but I fucked. I probably shouldn't have done some of them things that I did." Instead of saying, "Oh, it don't matter. It's my past. Why do you care?" Because then you teach that same shit to your little raggedy ass kids that you know what I'm saying that you done had out of wedlock, and then they grow up with the same cycle. I'm just saying.
Sit back. And Mama said you don't lose value based on a man.
Yes, you do, man. I don't, and that's why I have to disagree. This is why I really get disappointed with the, uh, your mother and her era, that age group, because to me, they're just as toxic and
Right?
reckless as the young girls because they don't correct these young girls. Meaning, I hold her to a higher standard because she is older and should be, and respectfully, wiser in this particular situation. And for her to say, that your value don't come from a man, you're lying.
Does it? No, she said you
Yeah,
don't lose value based on a man.
yes, you do. Well, hold on, I'm sorry. What do you mean by on a man? What is she talking about? I thought she
She
meant
said
by
you don't lose value based on a man.
me. I don't know what that means. She's saying the man. She's saying men don't determine your value.
Let let her answer it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because listen,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sorry. In the dating marketplace, men do determine women's value. Women do determine men's value, right? In the marketplace, if I'm looking for women, women determine what's valuable amongst men. This is how men get on different levels because women say they like A, B, C, D, E. If you have A, B, C, D, E, then you are going to be on this level. But who set that? Women said that. Women said if you 6 feet tall, dark, and handsome, then you're a high level and you got some money and you got a big wing game and you look good. And like that, they're the ones that set these standards. So if you fall in with these standards, then you become a higher value man. They set the standards. Guess what? We set the standards for men. I'm sorry, for women. We the ones who tell you what's valuable and what's not. You don't create your own value, baby. I don't care what you think of yourself. How about this? What's your reality when you go outside? Because pretty girls get hit on all the time. There's levels to this. You see what I'm saying? So if it doesn't matter. You can't trick yourself. The world will show you your how you're viewed. You see what I'm saying? The world will. You know what I mean?
Mama said it's subjective. Your value may not be another man or woman's value.
No. Well, I think it's really not subjective. I guess you're right to a certain degree, but what I'm saying is, if that's because it's imbalanced, that's because you have men that were raised by women and not other men that now have created standards that they shouldn't. I hear women say, I've heard men that say stuff like, "I'm looking for a strong woman." Does that sound like a man that was raised by a man or a man that was raised by a woman?
I don't know what it
If
sounds
you hear a man say out of his mouth, "I'm looking for a strong woman,"
like. Don't do that. Don't do that.
no, I'm just telling you. So he's creating standards that shouldn't be. But your mother is feeding on this idea. Well, there are some men that value this, and I'm saying, yeah, but they shouldn't. And because they shouldn't is the only reason why your statement has some type of credence. Because yeah, they are adult males and they are saying this out of their mouth, but they shouldn't be saying this. And I can tell you probably was raised by a woman, because don't no man that got a father, whatever in my opinion, I got a working brain.
Whatever
You see
said
what
there's
I'm
wrong.
saying? That would tell their son, you make sure you look for a strong woman. That's something you, that is not something you should,
Wrong
that's insane.
with,
Come on, Rashad. Come on, you got to
wait,
back
what
me on
is
this
wrong?
one,
What
Rashad.
is wrong with it though?
Come on,
I'm
man. That's just, boy, you're a weak man. You're a weakling.
confused.
If I heard a man say that, I heard everything I needed to hear.
Wait,
You don't have to say nothing else.
Rashad, what is wrong with this? I'm confused. I've heard men say they want a strong woman.
Yeah.
Didn't Dr. Martin Luther King say he wanted him a
No, he ain't never say no silly shit like that. He
No,
probably
he,
said
no,
his wife was strong. He may have
no,
said that.
no. MLK said he want a woman with a strong neck. That's what he said.
Oh, okay, there you go. Right, right.
Wait, let me read some of these comments. Mama said I get hit on even at my age.
I'm
And
sure you do.
Mama said, FA, you was raised by a woman.
No, I wasn't.
A
No,
strong
I
woman
wasn't.
mean many things.
No, not in the context in the which and way we're using it, right?
Well, but here's
Yeah,
the deal. Here's the deal. A strong woman does mean many things, but to Hefe's point, there is no man that's going to be out there looking for strong woman characteristics to
yeah, that's
be
crazy.
with him.
Exactly.
It's like you no, our
Look,
job.
Paz said a strong woman is a capable woman. Oh,
That's
all right,
No,
fine.
that's not.
Paz.
Well,
No.
no. Once again, there are strong women out there that are capable, but y'all missing his point. He is not.
Oh,
He's not downing strong women. What he is saying is that you are not going to have a man that is expressing his desires, and being a strong woman is not going to be on that list.
he's not looking for a woman to be strong. Listen, this is the problem. The feminist, I'm talking about, you have a word that has dual meanings, right? It had an initial meaning and then that meaning got hijacked. So when I hear strong woman, I hear how it's usually used. And it's usually used with these women that tend to be argumentative. They tend to be educated, argumentative, and like, I don't need a man. Like women who say, I don't need a man. They usually align with that I'm a strong woman narrative. You see what I'm
So
saying?
yeah.
I'm not saying women that are I think submissive women are strong. See,
Okay.
that's a strong woman to me. A woman that can control her tongue, a woman that can control her emotions, a woman that can actually make food and turn it into a meal. Make a house and turn it into a home that can help with the kids and be selfless. That's a strong woman to me. That's a strong woman. You being educated and you being fucking combative and argumentative and opinionated, and I ain't gonna let nobody talk to me no kind of way and all this other shit. That's not strength to me. That's a woman that's out of control, that acts out of her natural and design. How about that? Her not to, I don't look at that like strength. I look at that like out of control. Just like I don't look at men who act out of control. Like if you step on a nigga's shoe and you shoot him, that's not strength. Like you know how niggas get angry, man, I fuck this place up. That's not strength. That's out of control. You're not tough because you wouldn't shot up everybody because no, you actually an emotional man that don't have emotional regulation, which is usually a sign that you was raised by a woman. I'm just being honest.
Hold on, Superpad got a comment. He said, "So an accomplished woman, doctor or lawyer, is not the definition of a strong woman. Do men
Yes.
find them attractive?" He said, "It's all about finding a respectful, strong woman."
Now, look, I think you're using the word strong differently than how it's commonly used. I just gave you the definition of how it's commonly used. I'm not saying women that are, I just told you, supportive, submissive, all of the, even educated, like educated, smart, all of that is strong women. I'm okay with that. You only got to be educated. Grandma was a strong woman. She raised up all them kids and did this and Big Mama and all that. She was a strong woman. And Grandma also made your husband play every day. And Grandma also didn't tell everybody business. And Grandma also knew that her husband was fucking around and didn't make it go on the internet and tell the whole world. Not giving the man an excuse. I'm not giving the man an excuse, but I'm saying that's strength. Grandma put her family first. Grandma said, I might not like what my husband is doing, but I'm not going to destroy my family based on how I feel because I know that my actions can cause a ripple effect in this house based on the wrongdoing of my husband. So sometimes I got to do the right thing when he do the wrong thing. That's strength. That's strong. That's strong.
Well, that
Okay?
is,
You're not,
because
I'm just saying that's the
I don't
definition
know if
of
I
strength.
would have been able to do it. So that is strength. You ain't lying. But I kind of want to go back to the topic that we were
Yeah, I
discussing.
missed it. What was
Uh,
it?
woman goes viral for saying the number one cause of poverty for Black women is motherhood. New cause of
Poverty?
mother.
In
Poverty?
black households is having,
100%.
and that really should not come as a surprise. And y'all know that I've been on this app saying only have the number of kids that you, as a woman, can afford to bring
Hey,
into
Big
this
Kim
world.
Brown.
Poor is to have a baby. Households, a two-parent household.
I'm
The
sorry.
quickest way for a two-parent Black household to go into poverty, have babies. The number one
Okay.
Too
cause of
many.
poverty in Black,
Hold on. She got another part. Hold on.
generally speaking,
Hey, Big Kim
one,
Brown.
I said before, people will help you with. Two, we are going to side eye you. Three, as a single parent, we're looking at you like you should have learned on the first one, right?
Yep.
So, as a woman, you have to be mindful that the number one way to be poor is to have a baby. And then to have a baby by a man that can't afford to send you child support, double whammy.
All right. What are
Generally,
your thoughts, FA?
Stop being a baby mother. Start with that. Oh, you say send child support. I mean, you could be divorced and send child support, so that's fair enough. But usually in our community, 90% of our women are baby mamas. They're not wives. You know what I'm saying? So, told you this. Think that baby mother culture is the ultimate cause of the destruction of our Black family. I think it breeds weak men. It produces weak men and it produces unaccountable, out of control, argumentative women. When you don't, I think things require balance. And when the balance is disrupted, meaning when it's only a woman in the house opposed to having the balance of a father in the house, it creates dysfunction. And now we're seeing the outcome of that. We have a couple generations now of baby mama culture. This is why I get so upset, like when older women are not condemning and like really, to my opinion, vilifying young girls cannot repeat this mistake. Stop telling them it's okay. Stop telling them it's gonna be okay. We got to tell them it's not gonna be okay. Cause your
But
son probably gonna go to jail. Your son
FA,
probably gonna go to jail.
that's
And
what
your
I'm
daughter probably gonna
saying.
be a hoe.
That's what I'm saying though, FA. How when the young generation does not want that the guidance from the older women.
No, well, you can't give guidance at 20. But this is the issue. You got raggedy mothers that's having kids at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, raising these kids fucked up because they fucked up. And then now you're trying to expect them to raise a child to be a productive citizen. No, they're gonna be just as raggedy as you because you raggedy. You see what I'm saying? When you buy them Jordans all the time and you're not making them read books. It's the reason why he don't read on grade level. Black people are not mentally deficient. We just
Yeah.
don't focus on things that we supposed to. We focus on him being fly. And here, my son fly, but when he die, you got to GoFundMe. You got no money put up for him. He don't read on grade level. But he know how to do all the dances. And he know, you know what I'm saying? All the TikTok dances and stuff like that. What I'm saying is we need more men that's honestly that's leading these households to get us back in order. This is why I do agree with you, and there is a dilemma. We do have a shortage of men that know how to lead properly. I'm
Okay.
not going to deny that 100%. I believe that is the case is because we got so many baby mothers that raise single young boys. Now they are men and they ain't had no father figure in their life and they don't know how to be a good leader. You see what I'm saying? So that's not necessarily just the mother's fault because the father should be present. I agree with that too. But I also kind of fundamentally believe that women should not bring children into this world unless they're married. You're not supposed to have a baby simply because you got pregnant. This is why I look at women like they're insane. I know women that have babies on one night stands. Like I think y'all need to be mentally evaluated. Why would you have a baby with a man you don't know at all?
That's crazy.
Like these things happen.
No,
These
I
things
know.
like
Oh, I
consistently
know.
happen. I'll be like, you don't even know. You had a baby with a nigga you met 2 months ago.
Yeah,
It's like,
I know.
what
I
are we?
know.
You just having a baby just because you got pregnant?
Super Pat said, "Yep, teens with no morals killing their families when they don't get their what they want." And
Yeah.
Mama said, "I agree with that." What? You agree with what some FA said? What's going on, FA?
I think now you have a better understanding of why I said a long time ago, and I keep saying it all the time, that baby mama culture is killing the black community. It is not to condemn black women. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about baby mama culture. The culture is repeating and almost encouraging women to continue to have kids out of wedlock. That's what baby mama culture is. Baby mama culture is the shame is not there. When your mother, I don't know how
But
old your
you're
mother is,
right
but
because
the shame
if
should be there.
remember back in if you back in the day, you and
You
then
got shamed.
you had to marry the girl.
And or you had to marry the girl. Like,
Yeah.
and guess what? Both of them forced them. And we was in a better situation. I don't care about your happiness, baby. I don't care about your happiness. This is what women have taught. See, when women got in leading these conversations, they start telling you how you feel is more important than everything else.
Mm.
See, when men are the leaders of the home, they teach your daughters your feelings do not is not more important than this family. Okay? It is not the number one thing. The family is the number one thing. So when you raise daughters up like that, when they have their own families, they already know it's not all about how I feel alone. Because guess what? Men got feelings too. What if we operated like y'all? We don't fucking we can't go around talk about feelings all the fucking time. No, I got a job to do.
Oh,
I got a job to do. That's the reality.
you know what? I do think about that sometimes. I be like, Zach, I can over here openly express how I feel, but my man, I like he can't. Can he? He can't do. Can he do that? He can do
And
that.
he shouldn't. And
Right.
no, he shouldn't, because he wasn't trained to do that. You know why? Because you can get killed out here worried about your. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a. I'm not saying that our strong, healthy, submissive, cooperative women shouldn't create spaces where we can vent to you and express our
Yeah.
feelings at times. Not saying that. What I'm saying is everything ain't for your woman to bear. I'm teaching these men, you don't go in there and pillow talk with her about all the things you got going on in your life. Some of that shit is for you to bear. The
Mm.
world is meant to be carried on shoulders, not hips. So
Mm.
she do her job, you do your fucking job. Your fucking job is to take on some of that shit, not her. You got to endure that. You know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to call us.
Yeah.
You're
Uh,
supposed to call men. Go ahead.
Super Pat has a question for you. He said, "So FA for abortion?"
No, I'm officially no longer for abortion. And well, I'm struggling with this. You know what I mean? This is my morality tells me no. I shouldn't be for abortion. My worldly, intellectually mind continues to tell me that I don't believe that I'm. You know what? I'm not for abortion, but I am for preventing pregnancy. My solution is don't get pregnant. How about that? Get on birth control and don't get pregnant. It's not that I'm not actually for abortion, but I'm also not like against it under certain circumstances. You know what I mean? But that's
Okay.
just me. I'm telling you, I'm dealing with that as a conflicting feeling within myself. You see what I'm saying? I can think of reasons why I can be like, yeah, you should. Then I can think of reasons why you shouldn't. So I am not. My opinion is not 100% grounded on that. It
Uh,
ain't. It ain't grounded.
Mama said, "I grew up where we didn't get pregnant. It was I grew up where we didn't get pregnant. It was looked at badly."
That's right. That's how it's supposed to be.
Auntie said, "My mother always told me never have children by different men." She tells
Amen.
you right.
That's right.
Pecan Brown said, "I think a lot of times we refuse to tell our young women that they should not be having these babies is because we are guilty of doing it and too proud to say we made a mistake." I
That's
waited.
right.
Good point, Pecan Brown.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm glad you said that, because this is the frustration. Thank you, Pecan Brown 69. Because that's what I'm talking about. She looks like, I don't know, she looks like a little older than me. I can't really tell. But I am I get frustrated with my aunties and my older aunties and stuff like that when they don't say stuff like that.
Mm,
How about you say I made a mistake? Don't do what I did, because that's what I do with the youngest. I had poor dick discipline. I got caught up like most of us. Got a baby mama. Had to pay all this ridiculous amounts of child support for many years. Fought for custody, dealing with the what do they call a scorned woman? You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And all of that type of stuff. And it's no fun. And guess what? The baby loses in the end. Fuck the
yeah.
money. Coos can get, I ain't gonna say fuck the money, but
The
I was able
kids,
to get the money back. So I'm not necessarily tripping off the money. Every man ain't gonna be able to get the money back. But guess
right?
who loses in the end? Now
The
I'm dealing
child.
with now I'm dealing with certain things with my daughter. I'm like, this, oh, I don't know what the fuck she get this emotional shit from. Cause they ain't her daddy. You see what I'm saying? Like, but she's sensitive. And I believe it's because of maybe possibly some of the rigors of co-parenting, and me, maybe her mother doing things out of anger and spite at the time, maybe me having so much frustration of feeling betrayed and saying things that I may have shouldn't have said around my daughter, not to my
Okay.
daughter, but maybe she heard it. You see what I'm saying? Just things like that, because no matter what, I realized the child mommy is always mommy to the child. See,
Yeah.
in my eyes, that's just this raggedy broad. But to the child, that's mommy. And I had to realize if I would how I would have felt if I heard somebody talk about my mother at that time, at that age. So I take
Yeah.
certain levels of accountability too. And I see now, maybe that got something to do with why the fuck she's so goddamn sensitive.
It might.
You
Pecan
know?
Brown said that was my choice, and I'm glad that I did it. She said I'm 57. I had my son at 40, but I was ready. I had done everything I needed to do in the
In
streets.
the
LOL.
streets.
I know
Okay.
that's right, Pecan
You know what I'm
Brown.
saying?
She said, "Listen, I was in these streets, and then." She went and shut it down. So you agree with this woman that the number one
Well,
cause for poverty for black women is motherhood.
black
But
women or
she's
black people?
black women. I say black people because
I think single motherhood.
you could be in a two-parent household and be broke and
Yes,
living
you can, but
paycheck
it
to
would be less. But it would be less likely, in my opinion. I think there are. I think one of the reasons why financially we haven't progressed as a people as much is because of um, too many singular income households. See, when you got a two income household, you will 9 times out of 10 you will live better than the girl, than the single mother that got two kids by different men, whether they
yeah.
receive child support or not. It's going to be more of a struggle. But when you got two people bringing in money, and all of our money is our money, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you right now, I've been doing well. I've been doing well for a while. And guess what? When I got married, and she added her income. You know what I'm saying? It was like I see how it's even more money. It's like it's even more. It is a benefit to it. Whether I didn't go into it for that, it was just something that actually was came to my attention after the fact. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, 100%. Two incomes is way better. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you have if you pick a woman that has the mindset that my money is his money and his money is my money, not my money is my money and his money is my money. Don't deal with women like that,
But
fellas.
y'all have one kid that lives in the household with y'all?
Now, no, we got
Yes.
three. So we got
So
her
they
son, my daughter, and my youngest, and
oh
my
your daughter
newborn.
lives with you full time.
Now she do. Shout out to
Oh.
me.
Oh yeah. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
she just
Okay.
started like when she graduated elementary school. So she starts
Okay.
middle school with me. So she just
Oh,
moved in like a month ago.
okay,
Like
congratulations
full
to you.
time. Full time, thank you. Yeah, yeah, finally.
But and then you're about to have so you're about to have
And I'm about to
four.
have another one. Yeah, I'm about to have four in there now.
But okay, so that makes what you and then you and your wife, that's
Well,
what,
I have
six
two.
that's six of you.
It's six of us all together, yeah.
So you won't feel the pinch.
Well, I mean, I don't know yet. I got two under one, so
That's what
I'm
I
sure I'm
yeah.
a. No, 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 no. But these kids were playing, so it wasn't like no. I would feel the pinch, but I'm in a financial situation where I would be able to provide for
Cause
we will be able to provide for
for the
this
babies.
house of six. You know what I'm
Cause
saying?
I feel like, and Mama, you could correct me. I feel like even though
Damn, hold on. The
okay.
hell. All right, go ahead.
I feel like even with my both my parents working, they kept up with the household, but
Ain't have
there was
much.
money. It was money for extras, but the money went straight towards the bills. Like the bills
Yeah, yeah,
was the most
yeah.
important thing that got paid. I feel like we weren't rich, we weren't poor, but
Me either.
we
No,
we
I
did
want you.
we did good. We did well.
That's why I don't like to use me as an example because I think I'm above, average. I think the majority of black folks are middle class, low middle
Yeah.
class, and I think it benefits us when they do have two incomes. Now they're more. I didn't say have five kids now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I agree with the lady. Don't have more kids than you can afford. If
Okay.
two of y'all can have one, or I don't like one, so I always think you should have at least two. Um, but if listen, listen. Everybody's not gonna be rich. Okay, everybody's not gonna have a lot of money. I wish the world worked like that, but it don't. Okay, some of y'all gonna live in an apartment with two kids for the rest of your life. Some of y'all gonna live in a townhouse. Some of y'all might be able to get a house. You see what I'm saying? But what we could do to make things better is even the person that lives in the town in the apartment. How about you pay the little $20 a month and get a $500,000 life insurance policy? So when you die, the parent, your children now got money to be able to raise their kids in the house. You can leave them something. And then your dumb ass, that want your children, when they get grown and get married and have children, won't you get life insurance? So then when you die, your children got some. And that is a way to be able to build wealth in our community. But so I was going to say that financial literacy is just sometimes just knowing life insurance is
And you
helps
and
a
you speaking
lot of
facts.
people
Yeah,
become money, because
it,
get rid. A lot of people get inheritance from life insurance policies. You know what I'm saying? And that is a turning point. That could be a major catalysis for our progression. See what I'm saying? It, like just life insurance. Yeah, you may struggle, but your next, how about this? I agree with you. I didn't get, I didn't get 90% of the stuff that my children get. I grew
yeah,
up. I'm not saying I grew up dirt poor. I ain't gonna claim that. You know what I mean? I wasn't on government assistance, but we ate bologna. We ain't. Well, I didn't even know what turkey was. We ate bologna sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? We ate oodles noodles. We had just enough to pay the rent, and but made just too much to not get no.
I
And my
got you.
mother was proud too. She was like, I don't, you wasn't, I'm
He's
sure
like,
she
I
would take it if she needed it, but you know what I mean?
is that it? Thank you. Yeah, I got you. I'm still here. I'm listening to you. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So that's all I'm saying. I do think that we need to, I do think that black people need to, I think black people just need to get married before they have children. You know why? Because when you get married, it inflicts more conversation. Because when issues arise, like bills and stuff like that, you're forced to have these conversations together. And
Yeah,
even two minds is better than one, just even in that. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And a lot of men will start saying, because I know men that have gotten their wife pregnant and didn't want to have a kid. You know what? You know what the reason would be?
Why?
We can't afford this
Oh
child.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good
They'll
reason.
say stuff like that. You know what
No,
I'm
that's
saying?
a
We
good
can't
reason.
afford any more children. See what I'm saying? So when
Yeah,
you got a leader that can say stuff like that, because he probably is the one, handling the finances or whatever. So
yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Get married first.
All right, let's do some final thoughts before my phone dies. Okay, there we
Final
go.
thoughts, man. Get life insurance. It's not that expensive. You know what I'm saying? Get life insurance. I just had to up mine because I'm Didi, you made a really good point. It's one of the reasons why I ain't went and bought a new car yet, because I'm trying to figure out. I'm buying my wife a new car, but I ain't bought nothing new yet. Well, newer, because um, I'm trying to anticipate what this child care gonna cost me. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to have two under two. I don't even know what this gonna cost me. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what when you
Yeah,
said that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad I got a mama that's retired.
yeah.
That helps. I also am glad I got a mother that's frugal, that has some money. That is so she wanted these grandkids, so she gonna have to show.
He's like, oh
I,
no, you gonna watch
I
him
need
now,
some help. Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, I mean, but she wants to. You know what I mean? I'm in a fortunate situation where I believe that if I was like, hey, ma, I need a couple dollars on child care. It's 4,000 a month. You got 1,000 on it. You know
Oh
what I
my.
mean? She ended up finding out a situation where she would be able to do that easily. You know what I mean? So I'm just fortunate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah,
And going
get
back
life
to
insurance policy. Oh, go ahead.
yes, you life insurance policy because you can actually borrow money from it. I don't think a
And
lot of
guess
people
what?
know that.
Think about this. God forbid nobody want their parents to die, but me and you are not far in age, Dee Dee,
Right,
and our parents are getting older. Imagine what how different your life would be if not you, a child who was 45 lost their mother and they left her 600, $700,000
right.
from a life insurance policy that she was only paying $25 a month for.
Yep.
These things are life changing. You know what I mean? You think you're gonna be worried about shit then? You see what
Never.
I'm saying? As much, you know what I mean? As much, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely get some life insurance, man. I think that will help us get married before you have kids. Have plan out the cost of children before you just keep having children, and get a life insurance policy. Yeah, for sure.
And Auntie said it gets expensive if you wait until you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s. So go and get it. And you can take
One
money
hundred
from it.
percent.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
take
borrow
money from
against it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You sure
um
can.
final thoughts. Make sure y'all go check out my little clip with Terrell Carter from Netflix Beauty and Black. Barney, the lawyer. I interviewed him today. He was a lot of fun. So please go check
On
that
your
out.
page?
Yeah, yeah, it's on my page.
Okay,
Do
I'm there.
you watch Beauty and Black?
No, I don't know what that is. Beauty and
Oh,
Black.
okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, your wifey probably watches it.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, that's
probably.
more. That's more. Do you want to give some final thoughts before we go, sir? Because I didn't know what you was doing.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I want somebody to answer the question: why do women put sex over their well-being?
That
Why
might
do
have.
black women? Why do black women do that? Because
It's
it's
no,
black women.
I wouldn't even just
It's a
say
black
black
woman
women.
issue.
I wouldn't even say black women. Black women are not the only ones that have deadbeat dads. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to throw black women on it. Women.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
What?
Hold
that's what we're
on.
living.
What's well-being mean? Maybe I misunderstood what that meant. When you said over their well-being, what were you referring to?
Well, when they continue to make decisions about sex that puts them in a worse situation, and they continue to make those same decisions, and their situation gets even worse, which is the original topic that old girl was saying. The number one reason for poverty in the black community is having children.
No.
Motherhood.
But yeah, but that is a black woman issue because they're 80% of their children are born out of
Your
marriage. So if
your
this
number
is
your number keep going up every time we bring this conversation up. Now
it
it's
never
eighty
goes
percent.
up. On my mother, you're inflating two different things. I said 20, I said I seen a latest poll, it was 24%. Now I've seen even later polls saying it's 26%. 26% of black women are married, period. That's a different stat. I'm saying 80% of black children are born when the woman is not married. The black woman is not married. 80% of them. 80% of our children are being born when the mother is a baby mother and not a wife. That is a fact. So this is a black woman issue, a black people, let
Well,
alone black
but
woman issue.
here's the deal. Just because our numbers may be
Overwhelmingly.
higher, just
No,
because our numbers,
overwhelmingly higher.
but that doesn't mean that it is exclusively a black person issue. It doesn't.
Well, I mean, I think that to me, if 20%, if you want to call 20% an issue, sure, I'm not gonna argue with that. But if 80%, I think that that's what would be the definition of an issue. 20% is something we need to work on. 80% is a fucking epidemic.
No,
Okay,
you missing my point. You missing my point. I didn't say we don't struggle with that. You're trying to say that we are the only ones that deal with that issue, and
no,
that's
I'm not
not
saying we're
the
the
case.
only ones.
You
I'm not
you
saying we're
said
the
it's a
only
black
one.
woman. You said it's a black woman issue. I'm saying it's not a black woman issue. It's an issue with women.
No, no, I think no. That's where I disagree with you. I think that I'm not saying it's only a black woman issue. I'm saying that if one race is has a ridiculous percentage, then I'm gonna focus on that more than anybody. See what I'm saying? Because they are the ones that is the leading leaders of this shit. Over now, if it was like a staircase, 80%, 70%, 60%, 40% amongst all the races, I would agree with you. But when we go from 80% all the way down to 30%, and Chinese community less than 10%, and the Indian community, like people from India, is less than 10%. See what I'm saying? And the Latino community is a less than, I think they're around 40% or something like that. And then we at 80%, and nobody's even close to us. The closest person to us is half of our percentage. Come on, nah, man. And it's not to beat up black women. We got to act like we can't fix the problem if we keep pandering and trying to say, oh no, it's other women have this issue too. We don't. First of all, I don't care about other women. And second of all, we are ridiculously. How about? Would you feel about that? Okay, you know what you sound like? All lives
What do I
matter.
sound like?
So all lives matter. So when we focusing on black people and black people, what they call a disproportionate, they
No,
say a
no, you're completely
disproportionate.
wrong. You're completely wrong. The reason why I say you're wrong
Well,
is
everybody has
because
these issues, right?
no, the reason you're wrong is because I made a general statement and you
Right.
modified it. I didn't
I did
say
that.
anything about black people. You didn't say anything about black people, and then I say let's include everybody. No, my original statement was that this is a woman
Okay,
issue.
fair enough. No, that's
This is
fair.
a
Good
this is a
point.
woman issue. That's all I
No, you're
said. And
right.
you were telling
Okay.
me it's not a woman issue. It's only a black woman issue.
No,
And I'm
I didn't
just
say it's not. Okay, maybe I
you
misspoke
said
because I
let's
didn't
put
mean to
black on
say
it. That's
it's.
what you said. You said
I'm
let's put
saying
black on it.
it's to me. Small percentages is not an issue. Like if when they say black people got the what's the thing, diabetes or high cholesterol, what are we like leading in? You know what I
They,
mean? Like when
Yeah,
they say something
hypertension.
like
Yeah.
we like fucking 30 times more likely to die of this shit than another race. I must say this is a black issue. This is an
So
issue. I'm
so
not
here's
gonna
the deal.
say
Here's the deal. Let's look at the stats. All right.
okay, go ahead. I'm glad you looked them up.
According to the CDC unmarried mothers data, about
Okay.
70% of black newborns, 54% of Hispanic
Yeah.
newborns,
I said 80. I was off.
27% of whites, and 12% of Asians, right?
Yeah.
So there
That's
are
bad.
that so it's heaviest within the black and the Hispanic community. It's over half. All right. So it's
No,
not
hold on. What was the black? What was the Hispanic? 50.
54.
Okay, go ahead.
54. And so my point is, yes, I understand that it's higher for us, but also you also have to understand one of the reasons why.
70%.
Well, no, hold on. But you got to remember there are other things that compound on top of that, right? When they kick us down, we get the shit kicked out of us, right? Let's put it this way. There was this white boy that ended up killing his sister, right?
Yeah.
Went to the judge. The judge gave him probation, right?
Okay.
There was you know uh what's my guy? Carmelo Anthony, right? He had a defense. He said, "Hey, I was trying to protect myself." They gave him 30 whatever 35 years, right? Two
Right.
completely different systems. Now, if you forget about the fact, because let's fast forward it
Two
35
completely
years.
different outcomes. Same system, different
Same system,
outcomes.
just different outcomes. But at
Gotcha.
some point, you fast forward it 20 years, Carmelo is
Mhm.
still in jail, right? And so
Yeah.
we're still, harping on Carmelo for fucking around and making that same mistake. It was his environment and all this other shit. Now we take the white boy that got, probation 20 years later, he's going to be a CEO somewhere, right?
Possibly. Yeah.
They made a very similar type of mistake, but the
Sure.
difference is that the system keeps one oppressed and the other continues to rise.
All right. So can I ask you this? I agree with everything you said. Is this new information?
No, but the point that I'm making
Oh,
is that
so we
that
know now, though,
70%, but
right?
no, yeah, but that
Oh,
70%, what I'm saying is that 70% is not just only the fact that yes, only black women are making mistakes. No, what I'm saying is that there are other white women out there that make these mistakes, but they continue to rise
Rashad,
because
but
they get
Rashad, but
opportunities.
Rashad, but Rashad, we're not progressing.
No,
It,
agreed.
it's getting worse. This is by in 5 years it'll be 80%.
Do you
That's what
know
I'm trying
why?
to tell you. It's
But you
not it's
don't. But
not moving
the
on a decline.
the point that I'm making is because the reason it's on a decline is because we still have systems in place that continue to keep us in these positions.
okay, yeah. My
To
only thing,
believe that I'm pro-black to a certain degree, but this is when I start leaning towards conservative views, and I'll be
Okay.
like, it is a fine line. Don't get me wrong, Shaw. Because the audience gonna get me wrong, but I know you can read what I'm saying. There is a fine line between being accountable and then keep blaming daddy government for stuff, right? Like
Nah,
we talking
fuck
about
that.
oppressive things. There's a
Okay.
fine line. We can't keep blaming
So,
for the
so let
things
me ask
that
you this
we
though.
do, the
But let
things
me
we're
ask you this.
doing.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why do we not have the opportunity to blame a system that is still perpetrating these same
I didn't
issues?
say that. See,
If this should, you said we can't.
You misrepresenting my statement. I say it's a fine line. I'm telling you there are legitimate things that you can point to a discriminative judicial system and the society that we live in. I'm not denying that. There are
All right.
legitimate things. I align with you on that. What I said was there's a fine line though. When you
Okay.
start going too far and blaming everything on them, like we don't have accountability for the things that we do. The
So
government is not making us have all these children out of wedlock. They not.
So, but understand that I wasn't putting as much emphasis on the issue that black people are in as much as I am stating that there is a large portion of all of those other races that make the same mistakes, but they have systems in place that help them get out of their situation. We just don't get no help.
Not when it comes to baby mamahood though, because these systems ain't got nothing. Remember the context of the conversation is single motherhood, like having children, right? And
Okay.
I'm telling you, these systems may support other races when they make this mistake, but but maybe more than they do blacks or whatever, however you try
Okay.
to spend that. But what
Sure.
I'm telling you is they are not making the mistake at the rate that we're making the mistake.
Well,
Okay, we're
it's
making the mistake at 10 times the rate of everybody else.
okay. But watch this though. Watch this. If we had a fraction of the assistance from the system,
Right.
don't you think
That would stop us from becoming baby mothers.
it would
That would
prevent
stop
it,
black women from getting married before they have children.
it would prevent some of those women from
Sure.
repeatedly
Huh?
making those same mistakes. If
I
you
disagree
have
with that.
help, no, I don't. Here's the deal. There are a vast majority of them that want to get out of that particular system. There are a vast majority that want to go to college.
I
There are a
disagree
vast
with
majority
that.
that want to do no, fuck that, bruh.
And majority of these baby mom, maybe these majority of these baby mamas that got 2, 3 kids by a bunch of different men, that's their life. They ain't trying to.
But that's the
That's
thing.
what
But
they
here's the
is
thing. Do
subscribed
you
to.
know why it's their life? Because they can't
But they ain't
aspire
shit.
to do anything else.
No, they can. Yes, they can. Stop it now.
Man,
All
Yes, they
right.
bruh.
can.
We're gonna have
Okay, all right.
we're
So, how do you
gonna have
explain
to
the people
we're
that
gonna
come from
probably
them
have to
extremes and they come out of it? Why couldn't they? Why?
See,
So the people that
oh,
come
so
from
to
the
pull
extremes, they
yourself
was
up
able
by
to
your
get out.
bootstraps. I get it. So that's the bootstrap
No, ain't
story.
nobody pull you
Okay, I
outside.
get that.
Well,
okay.
to a certain
All right.
degree.
Yeah,
We're
see,
gonna have to
exactly.
we're
Not to
gonna
a
have to
certain
pause.
degree. You
Hold
got
on.
to.
Okay,
We'll finish this conversation
I mean,
tomorrow.
we all black. I mean,
We'll
shit.
100%.
finish we'll finish this conversation. What is the question so I can pose it again tomorrow, Rashad? Why do you
Why is it that women, because I want to know women, it ain't just black women that's making this decision. Why is it that women would choose sex over their well-being?
all right, we'll chat about this tomorrow. Thank you,
Because
Jess.
other women told them to.
Rashad.
All right. All right. Shout out to y'all.
All right.